everybody. This is Vince Miller. Thanks so much for joining me for these devotionals today. We're in Acts chapter 22. We're looking at verses 24 through 29. Here's what the text says. The tribune ordered him to be brought to the barracks, saying that he should be examined by flogging to find out why they were shouting against him like this. But when they had stretched him out for the whips, Paul said to the centurion who was standing by, "Is it lawful for you to flog a man who is a Roman citizen uncondemned?" When the centurion heard this, he went to the tribune and said to him, "What are you about to do? For this man is a Roman citizen." So the tribune came and said to him, "Tell me, are you a Roman citizen?" And he said, "Yes." The tribune answered, "I bought this citizenship for a large sum." But Paul said, "But I am a citizen by birth." So those who were about to examine him withdrew from him immediately, and the tribune also was afraid, for he realized that Paul was a Roman citizen and that he had bound him. You know, this has got to be that ultimate gotcha moment in Scripture. We've all dreamed of this type of vindication, haven't we, by our opponents? But we need to be careful about perceiving this only as Paul being saved by some contrived human strategy of his own effort. It wasn't. It was an intervention by God in Paul's life. It was God using Paul's specific heritage and citizenship by birth for his purposes. Yet, let's not deny that Paul knew something was going to happen to him, right? Paul was warned many times that traveling to Jerusalem was going to be dangerous for him. He just didn't know how dangerous until right at this moment. So here he is. He's chained and he's stripped and he's stretched out to be beaten. And note this ain't no ordinary beating. It was flogging. In fact, John Polhill in his commentary describes flogging in this manner. Flogging was a form of examination under torture. This was a particularly cruel manner of scourging that consisted of being beaten across the raw flesh of the back with leather thongs in which were inserted rough pieces of bone and metal. The thongs were set on a stout wooden handle. So this is precisely the same flogging that Jesus received. And now Paul finds himself about to receive it, but then pleads with his Roman citizenship. And this citizenship prevented binding and flogging without a fair trial, which he had not been given. And thus the tribune and the centurion were in a very precarious position. You know, sometimes God works this way in our life. He uses all of us to bring attention to all of him. And it requires us to endure unthinkable circumstances. And sometimes we don't like the circumstances because they test us to the brink of life. But when we're in the circumstances, when we're there, we suddenly see that God designed us for that precise moment in time. You see, God birthed Paul into Roman citizenship for this moment in time with a tribune and a centurion. God saved him, and Paul knows it because he never purchased it as the tribune had. Today, fellas, trust in God more than you ever have before. If you're enduring a trial right now, trust God with all you are. Trust that God is going to use his design of you to lead you through your present circumstance. And when on that day you're in the hottest part of that trial, watch as God uses some fragment of your intellect, design, education, training, or even your heritage to save you. And then when he does save, give full glory to a God who saves and planned long ago to save you. I love you guys. Have a blessed day. If you love this post, share it with someone you know. And I'll see you right back here again